So where will we? We were here in the fruits. So fruits part. So fruit has two parts, wall and seed. Okay. Wall is the pericarp. Wall is known as the pericarp, and seed is formed. See, fruit. In fruit part itself, the wall is formed by the ovary wall. The seed is formed by the ovule. Okay. So we'll come to the seed later. So we'll see the pericarp. So the wall of the fruit can be of two types. Okay, some walls are dry, some walls are fleshy. Okay, some walls are dry, some walls are fleshy. For example, if you see groundnut, badam which you eat. So groundnut, it has a seed inside which we eat, and that red color or maroon color or red color seed we eat. What is the husky covering it has? The husky cover which it has, see, groundnuts are like this. So inside groundnuts there are seeds. So this is the seed which is formed by the ovule. And what is this husky cover? The rough cover, the dry cover, that is the fruit. So in case of groundnut, do we eat fruit or seed? We eat seed, we don't eat fruit. Okay, so in different edible parts, we eat different parts. Like in some plants we eat stem, in some plants we eat root, in some plants we eat flower, in some plants we eat leaf. Like that in case of fruits also. In some fruits we eat the flesh, the outer covering. We eat the pericarp, we eat the wall, and in some fruit we eat the seed, like groundnut. We eat the seed, but why we don't eat the fruit? Because fruit is dry. Okay, so that's why we don't eat. So fleshy fruits are like mango, okay, guava, all these are fleshy fruits. So fleshy fruits have 3 layers of walls. Okay, 3 layers. So the outer layer is known as ectocarp. Outermost layer is known as ectocarp, and the middle layer is known as mesocarp, and the innermost layer is known as endocarp. Okay. So in case of coconut and mango, the fruits are known as mango. Example, mango and coconut. The fruits are known as drupe. Okay, the fruits are known as drupe. Why drupe? Because they are formed by monocarpillary ovaries. Monocarpillary ovary means, mono means what? One. Why they are called as drupe? Because they are known as monocarpillary. Carpillary means, carpel means female reproductive organ. Mono means one. So there is only one carpel in the flower. So having one carpel means it will have only one ovule. So one ovule will lead to one seed. So these two fruits are one-seeded. Okay, one-seeded monocarpillary fruits. Okay, monocarpillary ovaries. And mango has 3 layers of fleshy parts. Okay, the ectocarp is the pill. Okay, and mesocarp is the yellow fleshy part which we eat, and ectocarp is the pill, the green pill. Okay, and then the endocarp is the layer, little tough layer, and then fleshy part. Then we have the pill outside. Okay, so these are the 3 layers. The outer pill is ectocarp, inner fleshy part, yellow fleshy part is the mesocarp, and inside the tough part is the endocarp. And over this tough part, the seeds are formed. Okay, so that is pericarp of mango. Now how about in coconut? Which is the seed? Where do you find the seed? See, what is the white flesh? Which is ectocarp, which is mesocarp, which is endocarp? Now, let me tell you, when you pluck the coconut from the tree, first you remove the husk, right? That fibrous part, the husky part. So that husky part, that green part of the coconut, which is the outermost part, which you remove, peel it off. So that is ectocarp, right? Then we have this tough covering which you break, that is mesocarp, that is also fibrous, right? And the fleshy part, the white fleshy part, that is the endocarp. Okay, and here somewhere at the bottom we have one seed. Alright, and the liquid which is present inside the coconut, that is endosperm. Okay. Alright. So endocarp is the, now if you can recall the structure of the coconut, after this tough part there is one more layer, not the white part I am saying, okay? White part is a part of endosperm only. White part is a part of endosperm only, that is part of seed. Okay, the white part. Right, immediately after the tough part which you break, there is another layer, that is endocarp. If you can see the label here, see another tough layer is present, so that is endocarp, and the part which you break, that is mesocarp, and the fibrous part which you remove with your hand also you can remove, that is ectocarp. Okay. So in case of coconut, what we eat actually, we cannot eat endocarp, we cannot eat ectocarp, mesocarp. We eat the seed and the endosperm. Okay, we eat the seed and the endosperm. Alright, so fruit is done. We will come to seed now. Seeds are also formed after fertilization, where ovule converts into seeds. Okay, and seeds part we will see. Parts of seeds. Seeds parts have two important reasons. One is seed coat, the covering of the seed, and the embryo, which is the part of the tissue present inside the seed. Okay, so we will see one by one. We will start with the seed coat. Okay, seed coat has two layers. Okay, one is outer layer and one is inner layer. So outer layer is known as testa, inner layer is known as tegmen. Okay, in the seed coat. Seed's cover is made up of two layers. The outermost one is testa, the innermost one is tegmen. And in the seed coat again, suppose this is inside the seed part, and here is the seed coat. This black color one is seed coat. So this seed coat is made up of two layers, right? Two layers. So one is testa, outermost one, and tegmen. Then in this seed covering, there is one scar. Okay, so that scar represents that this seed was attached with the fruit. So seed was found out inside the fruit. So this seed remains attached with the fruit. So when you remove the fruit, so when I remove the fruit, then you can see the scar here. So that scar represents the reason. It is the reason where it was attached to the fruit. Okay, and that scar is known as hilum. Okay, and this scar shows that this seed was attached to the fruit. Alright, and right above this hilum, there is another hole. There is one hole here. So that is known as micropyle. Okay, micropyle, which is what? Which is a small pore, and through this pore the water goes in. Okay, when you drop this seed in the soil, so in that soil you have to pour water, and water will be sipped inside from this hole, from this micropyle. Okay, so this is the general structure of the seed coat. Okay, next we will see the embryo. Embryo has three parts. Embryo is made up of three parts. Okay, what are they? Radicle, then embryonal axis, and plumule. Okay, so these are the three parts of the embryo. So we'll see this in the embryonal part one by one. So on sorry, let me just rewind this. Embryo has three parts, where the one part is radicle, other part is embryonal axis, and the other part is cotyledons. Whereas plumule is a part of embryonal axis. Even the radicle is a part of embryonal axis. Okay? On the basis of this cotyledon, now what is this cotyledon? If I draw a seed, embryo, okay? So this is seed coat, and this is the embryo. So embryo will have a tissue at the center, and that tissue is known as embryonal axis. And it will have another tissue which is storing the food. So that part is known as cotyledon. Okay, cotyledon which stores the food. So based on the number of cotyledons, some seeds have one cotyledon, some seeds have two cotyledon. So based on the number of cotyledon, there are two types of seeds. Based on the number of cotyledons, there are two types of seeds: dicotyledon seeds and monocotyledon seeds. It means seed which has only one cotyledon, and here it has two cotyledon, here it has one cotyledon. So you will see the structure. So this kind of seeds have a seed coat having testa, tegmen, we have seen these parts, hilum, and micropyle it has. Okay, this type of seeds. And cotyledons, they act as the food reserves. Cotyledons, they act as food reserve. Alright? And the embryonal axis, the top portion of the embryonal axis will develop into radicle, and the bottom one will develop into plumule. So radicle will develop into shoot, and plumule will develop into radicle will develop into root, and plumule will develop into shoot. That is the bottom part. This is the tip portion. This is the tip portion of the embryonal axis. This is the base of the embryonal axis. It will develop into shoot. So example, dicotyledonous having two cotyledon are pea, gram, the chana which you eat. When you open chana, you will find, when you open the cover of the chana, you find two cotyledons, right? You find two cotyledons. If you open the cover of chana, you find this one cotyledon, and then there is another cotyledon. So there is two cotyledon, and in between you find there is one tissue, that is embryonal axis. So this is embryonal axis, okay? And embryonal axis has two parts, radicle and plumule. The tip portion from where the shoot will develop, that is plumule, and from where the root will develop, that is radicle, and this is covered by seed coat. So this is dicotyledonous seed. Okay, example PL gram. For this you have to refer, for dicotyledonous seed you have to refer diagram figure 5.18 from page number 77. Okay. Now for monocotyledonous seed you have to refer diagram figure 5.19, where the seed coat is membranous. A thin layer of seed coat. There's a thin membrane, membranous. The seed coat is membranous. And this membrane is joined, fused with fruit wall. It is joined with fruit wall. And it has a bulky endosperm. What is endosperm? It is also a reserve food. Endosperm is also a reserve food tissue, stores food. Okay, endosperm also stores food, and the cover of this endosperm, let me draw the diagram. Okay, so example of monocotyledonous seed is maize. Alright, so here is the seed, which is very small in size, and it has, above the seed, it has endosperm, which has a reserve food, stores food, and this endosperm, it supplies nourishment to the seed. This is seed, okay? Seed, it supplies nourishment to the seed, and the seed will develop into a new plant. And it has a covering, membranous covering. Okay? Now, endosperm and seeds, how they are separated? They are separated by one layer called, a protein layer called alleuron layer. See, endosperm and seed is separated by alleuron layer, the layer which I am drawing with black color. Alleuron layer made up of protein. So, seed and endosperm is separated by this alleuron layer. And what is the overall protective layer it has? It has overall protective layer, that is the seed coat. This is seed coat. Okay. Now, how is the structure of this seed? So that I'll draw here. In a bigger, or here itself I'll draw. It has in between, it has an embryonal axis. Embryonal axis. So as we have seen embryonal axis in dicotyledon seed, in the same manner they also have embryonal axis, which the tip portion is the plumule and the bottom base portion is the radicle. Okay, here is the radicle and the tip portion is plumule. Okay, but there is one difference here. Here the plumule is covered by a protective sheet and radicle is also covered by a protective sheet. Okay, so the protective sheet of radicle is known as coleorhiza and the protective covering of plumule is known as coleoptile. Alright, and it has one cotyledon in this seed. There is only one cotyledon, a large size cotyledon. It is monocot, right? Monocot means it has only one cotyledon. So that cotyledon is known as scutellum. Okay? You can refer to this diagram with your textbook diagram from 5.19. Okay? So, if you can understand this diagram better, very good. If you understand your textbook diagram better, very good. Both are, the point is you need to understand. Okay? So, some seeds you see. So, in case of maize, which is monocot seed, it has endosperm. The seed which has endosperm. What is how endosperm is formed? Endosperm is formed by double fertilization. We have studied in previous chapter of chapter 3 in plant kingdom, in angiosperm, they do double fertilization. So double fertilization leads to the formation of endosperm. One male gamete fertilized with the polar nuclei and forms the endosperm. One male gamete fertilized with the egg cell and forms the zygote and forms the seed. Okay. So, and some seed has endosperm. In some seed, endosperm persists. Okay, it remains. Though the seed is developed, it remains there. So that kind of seed is known as endospermic seed, which we see here in maize. Endosperm is present along with the seed. Generally, endosperm is not present in other seeds. Okay, so seeds, those who don't have endosperm, they are known as non-endospermic seeds, like pea, gram, which we have seen. When you open the when you see the pea, matar or chana, you will see there is no endosperm. It has a direct, that seed has direct a seed coat. Okay, whereas in case of maize, it is not a seed coat. When you see a maize seed you take in your hand, this outer coat is exactly not a seed, only the seed coat. It is also covering the endosperm. It is not only covering the seed, it is also covering the endosperm. So that's why this seed coat is not solely only the seed coat. Okay, it is also covering the endosperm. So here we come to the conclusion of the flower parts, fruits and seed. Only the last topic is left, which we will complete in the next video. Okay, so thank you for keeping a patient hearing, and if you have any doubt, please note it down. Refer to the diagram always to understand your topic. Okay, this is all biology content. Mainly if you refer it to the diagram, it becomes for you easier to understand the topic. Thank you and have a good day ahead.